Jakarta at night is a sensory overload. Street scent of Indonesian coffee, creating an intoxicating to his world, a world where cobras are not just reptiles zipping through the crowded streets. Neon signs cast a vibrant glow on the faces of passers-by, each one a study in anticipation and hunger. It's a city that never sleeps, a feast for the senses, and tonight we're diving headfirst into its wild side, the Cobra street food scene. The aroma of grilled meats mingles with the sweet scent of Indonesian coffee, creating an intoxicating blend that's impossible to resist. Among the many food stalls lining the streets, one stands out, its makeshift sign adorned with a hand-painted cobra, its scales shimmering under the dim streetlights. This is it. This is the place I've heard whispers about, the place where culinary curiosity meets primal instinct. The vendor, a man with a weathered face and a twinkle in his eye, catches my gaze and smiles. A silent invitation to step into his world, a world where cobras are not just reptiles but culinary delicacies. Cobra street food isn't just about shock value, it's preparation. He speaks with a quiet pride. For generations, these snakes have been more than just creatures of the wild. They've been a source of food, medicine, and even folklore. The vendors who prepare these dishes aren't just cooks. They're keepers of tradition, carrying on a legacy passed down through generations. The vendor gestures to a worn leather-bound book, its pages filled with handwritten recipes and faded illustrations of cobras in various stages of preparation. He speaks with a quiet pride, explaining that these recipes have been in his family for generations, each one a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of his ancestors. The air itself seems to crackle with history and tradition, the weight of generations resting on the shoulders of this unassuming street vendor. The preparation of cobra for consumption is not a task for while lethal in large doses, can be used in tradition and caution, where every movement seems deliberate, every action imbued with a quiet respect for the creature about to be transformed into a meal. Before the cooking even begins, there's the matter of the venom. The vendor handles the cobra with a cautious respect, his movements swift and precise as he extracts the deadly venom, a milky fluid that shimmers under the dim streetlights. He explains that the venom, while lethal in large doses, can be used in minute quantities for medicinal purposes, a testament to the multifaceted nature of this creature in traditional medicine. The vendor deftly skins the snake, his hands moving with a surgeon's precision. He then carefully removes the gallbladder, a small greenish sac that holds the concentrated bile, a prized delicacy believed to possess potent medicinal properties. The heart of the cobra, still pulsating, is presented on a small, seasoned with a blend of turmeric, ginger, garlic, a symbol of strength and vitality. It's an offer I can't refuse, a chance to connect with the rawness of this experience on a visceral level. Closing my eyes, I take the plunge. The heart a burst of warmth and a surprisingly mild, almost gamey flavor. The crowd erupts in cheers, a collective sigh of relief and excitement rippling through the night air. The rest of the cobra is chopped, seasoned with a blend of turmeric, ginger, garlic, and chilies, and then stir-fried with an assortment of vegetables. The crowd around the stall has grown, drawn in by the spectacle and fragrance that dances across my palate. It's a glimpse. The vendor expertly plates the dish, a mound of tender cobra meat glistening with spices, nestled alongside a colorful array of stir-fried vegetables. He hands me a plate, a gesture of generosity and a silent invitation to taste the culmination of his artistry. Taking a bite, I'm struck by the unexpected tenderness of the meat. The spices are perfectly balanced, a symphony of heat and fragrance that dances across my palate. It's a glimpse into a culture so different from my own, a culture where food is not just sustenance but a celebration of tradition, history, and a deep connection to the natural world. The vendor holds up a small, clear vial filled with a gold. He throws back the shot of bile in one swift movement, barely audible above the sizzling of the wok and the chatter of the crowd. He explains that this is considered the most potent part of the cobra, believed by some to have medicinal properties, to increase vitality and even cure certain ailments. It's an optional addition to any dish, a cobra's kiss for the adventurous eater. I watch as a brave soul steps forward, a local man with a mischievous glint in his eye. He throws back the shot of bile in one swift movement, grimacing slightly as it goes down. The crowd erupts in applause, a mix of admiration and amusement. Despite my initial hesitation, I find myself drawn to the challenge, to the idea of experiencing the essence of the Cobra in its purest form. The aroma of the bile hits me first, a pungent, with the Cobra's kiss still tingling on my tongue, creature it came from. I bring the cup to my lips, the ceramic cool against my skin, and take a tentative sip. The bitterness is immediate and intense, flooding my mouth with a flavor unlike anything I've ever experienced. As I swallow, I feel a warmth spread through my chest, a tingling sensation that quickly dissipates. The crowd cheers, their enthusiasm contagious. With the Cobra's kiss still tingling on my tongue, I turn my attention to the main attraction, the Cobra meat itself. The vendor presents me with a plate of freshly cooked cobra, the pieces chopped into bite-sized morsels and stir-fried with an assortment of colorful vegetables. Cobra skewers, a street food staple, marinated. The meat is incredibly tender, practically melting in my grilled over hot coals and basted with a sweet and spicy sauce. The aroma of the grilling meat fills the air, a tantalizing invitation to indulge in this local delicacy. As the skewers cook, the edges of the meat begin to caramelize, taking on a deliciously charred appearance. The vendor brushes them with a glaze made from keycap mayonnaise, chili paste, and a secret blend of spices. He hands me a skewer, fresh off the grill. The meat is incredibly tender, practically melting in my mouth. But the culinary adventure doesn't end there. The vendor points to a steaming bowl filled with a rich aromatic broth. Sop ular, he says, explaining that it's a traditional Indonesian snake soup made with cobra meat, a medley of herbs and spices. Intrigued, I take a sip. The broth is incredibly flavorful, a complex blend of savory, spicy, and slightly sweet notes. As I savor the last spoonful of soup, I realize that this Cobra street food experience has been about so much more than just the thrill of trying something unusual. The aroma of cobra cooking on the bustling Jakarta street of the ancient and the modern seemed to find its balance right through generations, was a living testament to the cult elf. As I watched locals and tourists alike gather around the vendor's stall, drawn in by the spectacle and the promise of a unique culinary adventure, I realized that this went beyond simple hunger. This was about a city clinging to its roots even as skyscrapers rose around it. Jakarta, a city in constant flux, a chaotic blend of the ancient and the modern, seemed to find its balance right here, in the heart of its street food scene. The Cobra, a creature often feared and misunderstood, became a symbol of resilience, of adaptation, of finding strength in unexpected places. It was a reflection of the city itself, a testament to the enduring spirit of its people. The vendor, his weathered hands moving with a practiced ease as he prepared the cobra meat, seemed to embody this connection to the past. His knowledge, passed down through generations, was a living testament to the cultural significance of this tradition. He wasn't just cooking, he was preserving a piece of history, one bite-sized morsel at a time. As I watched him work, I couldn't help but think about the stories these streets could tell, the generations who had found sustenance and community in the shadow of the Cobra. It was a stark reminder that food is more than just fuel. It's a powerful storyteller, weaving together history, culture, and identity in a way that few other things can. The crowd wasn't just there for the food, they were there for the shared experience, the sense of community. Laughter and conversation flowed as freely as the chilled teh botol, the perfect counterpoint to the spicy cobra dishes. A group of friends shared a plate of cobra satay, their laughter echoing through the night air. This was more than just a meal. It was a celebration of community, a chance for people to connect over a shared love for the flavors of their city. However, amidst the enjoyment and cultural immersion, respect for the animal, respect for the tradition, the natural world remained. His words resonated with me. Text is a complex and often uncomfortable topic. The line between culinary curiosity and ecological responsibility can be blurry, and it's a line I'm constantly aware of in my travels. The vendor, sensing my contemplation, took a moment from his work and addressed my unspoken concern. "We believe in respect," he said, his voice low but firm. "Respect for the animal, respect for the tradition, respect for the balance of nature." He explained that the cobras used for his dishes were sourced from reputable breeders, ensuring that their populations in the wild remained unaffected. He spoke of the importance of sustainability, of only taking what was needed, of using every part of the animal, wasting nothing. It was a philosophy deeply ingrained in his culture, a reminder that even in the heart of a bustling metropolis, a deep connection to the natural world remained. His words resonated with me, a reminder that ethical consumption is possible even when it comes to exotic foods. It's about asking questions, understanding the sourcing, and supporting vendors who prioritize sustainability and animal welfare. It's about approaching these culinary adventures with respect, both for the food and for the culture from which it originates. As the night wore on and the city lights twinkled around us, of this skilled vendor and within the context of this vibrant are often those that challenge our perceptions, broaden our cosm of the city itself, a blend of tradition and modernity, of resilience and adaptation. It was a reminder that even in the face of globalization and rapid urbanization, cultural traditions can endure, finding new life and meaning in the ever-evolving tapestry of a city. The Cobra, once a symbol of fear and danger, had become, in the hands of this skilled vendor and within the context of this vibrant culture, a symbol of culinary artistry, of community, of a city's enduring spirit. It was a taste of the past, a bite of the present, and a glimpse into a future where tradition and modernity could coexist, each adding its own unique flavor to the ever-evolving story of Jakarta. As I took my final bite of Cobra, the flavors lingering on my tongue, I knew that this was an experience I wouldn't soon forget. It was a reminder that the most memorable meals are often those that challenge our perceptions, broaden our horizons, and leave us with a deeper understanding of the world around us. It was a taste of adventure, a bite of culture, and a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected experiences can be the most rewarding. The streets of Jakarta had begun to quiet down. The familiar and the exotic danced side by side in a sim to be discovered by those brave enough to step outside their comforts for a few precious hours of sleep. But the memory of the Cobra, its image imprinted on my mind as much as its flavor lingered on my palate, refused to fade. Jakarta, I realized, was a city that defied easy categorization. It was a place of contrasts, where ancient traditions met modern aspirations head-on, where the familiar and the exotic danced side by side in a symphony of sights, sounds, and smells. And at the heart of it all, amidst the chaos and the charm, was the food, a bold, unapologetic reflection of the city's soul. The Cobra, once a symbol of fear and danger, had become, in the hands of the skilled vendor, an unlikely ambassador for Jakarta's unique blend of culinary heritage and daring spirit. It was a reminder that adventure often lay hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to step outside their comfort zones and embrace the unknown. As I made my way through the now quiet streets, the city lights reflecting in the puddles left behind by the day's rain, I carried with me a newfound appreciation for the power of food to connect us to different cultures, to challenge our perceptions, and to create memories that would last long after the last bite had been taken. So, if you ever find yourself wandering the bustling street, the sizzling woks and the flickering flames of the charcoal grill, go ahead, dare to taste the wild side. Jakarta, be adventurous. Step outside your culinary comfort zone and seek out the Cobra vendors, the keepers of this unique and fascinating tradition. Don't let fear hold you back. Let curiosity be your guide as you savor the unexpected flavors, the tender meat, the fiery spices that dance on your tongue. Listen to the stories whispered by the sizzling woks and the flickering flames of the charcoal grills. Embrace the unexpected, and you might be surprised by what you discover about the food, about the culture, and about yourself. This isn't just about trying exotic food, it's about experiencing a city's soul, one bite at a time. It's about stepping into a world of tradition and flavor, of daring and delight. It's about discovering that sometimes the most unforgettable adventures begin with a single courageous bite. So go ahead, dare to taste the wild side. Jakarta awaits, ready to share its secrets with those brave enough to ask. For more amazing food and drinks tips and recipes, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update from us. Tell us about your thoughts in the comments section. Check out our other videos for more culinary inspiration. We love you. Until next time, keep cooking, stay adventurous.